Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 8th of January 2022. I'm going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite deck for today's reading, but I want to do it differently. I was just thinking about this in bed last night actually. I'm going to choose 9 cards today. I'm going to put 3 cards on 3 piles. I'm asking the cards to give us the day in the sense of morning, afternoon, evening, or past, present, future, as in where are we coming from, what's the opportunity on this day, and what can we look forward to as a result of that, or to just give us a general theme. So let's do one more card here. And then I'm going to read it pile by pile. Okay, so the first pile, we've got the Devils. You may wake up and feel overwhelmed by everything you need to do and get done, and it's like, it's too much, I can't breathe. You may also feel initially like you're out of your depth, but if you look at it in terms of what you've got to do on this day, and you're like, well, actually, I have dealt with these kind of things in the past, so I'm not as inexperienced here as I feel. I actually know how to do this, so let's look at the certainties within that and feel a bit more secure and simplify it and do one thing at a time. And that's going to irritate you, but at least you'll get it done. The Four of Cups, you can see this young guy is kind of sulking, even though he's got all of these great things coming in that he ought to be grateful for. You know, so it's one thing saying, okay, I have to go get my shoes fixed. Yes, at least I have shoes. I'm grateful for that. But it's still not my favorite thing in the world to do, to have to go there and explain why the soles are walked through and what kind of soles I want. So I really think the morning is simply about taking pleasure in the simple moments of the day, instead of saying, oh, okay, I've got 10 things on the to-do list. If I haven't done them by 11 in the morning, then I'm going to be stressed out and I don't know if I can get everything else done. And then, you know, then you've kind of set yourself up to fail by midday, because you're like, oh, if not everything is complete, then I've completely failed. So try and avoid black and white thinking. Fall back on your experience as a major strength and keep an eye on your mood, your frame of mind. And, you know, if you have to go to the pharmacy and then you have to have a horrible conversation with a friend who you have to put some boundaries in place, you don't want to do that either. And then afterwards, you're going to go through the bills and then you're going to go babysit your very loud nephew or niece or whatever. And you're like, oh my God, this is like too much. Then have an ice cream in the middle, you know, do something nice for yourself. Go stroll around the park a little bit. Don't feel like you're trapped in your life and it's too much and it's getting on your nerves. Okay, next, we've got the afternoon or the middle of the day here. The Queen of Wands, and because of the way I put them down, I'm just going to read them like either way. So the Queen of Wands is someone who is having a good time. So there is the potential to do something that you enjoy. And yeah, I think in absolutes too. And for me, it's useful if I'm doing readings like this, because sometimes I get very ludicrous kind of mental images that just give me an immediate sense of what something is. So the Queen of Wands is riding a roller coaster. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So she's engaging in something that has no value other than to entertain her. So if you look at it from a kind of Capricorn, Saturnian, if that's a word, perspective, it's going to be like, I'm being frivolous here. I'm not using my money responsibly. I'm just, you know, sitting on this roller coaster and screaming. But the thing is, that is entertaining and it allows you to, or maybe if it does allow you to let off some steam, then is that money that's been badly spent? So it depends on what your view on that is, you know, like if you allow yourself to do something that you enjoy, whether it's money related or isn't really, I think you should give yourself permission to do something that's just for fun, basically, and that lifts your spirits and that makes you feel like, yes, I'm having a good time here. Because it's a Saturday. A lot of people don't work on a Saturday. If you do have some free time, then yes, it's one thing to fill the whole day up with errands and to be super productive on Saturday for the coming week. But also you've got to ask, you know, is this day just about preparation for the future, or do I get to live on this day? And the cards are kind of saying, please, yes, be productive, but don't forget that, you know, you're breathing right now. And tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so try and have a good time amongst all the stuff that you need to do. The Knight of Pentacles, he's extreme when it comes to the Suit of Pentacles, coins. That has to do with money, obviously, work, career, your practical circumstances, what your environment looks like. He's the only knight whose horse is standing still, because he's somewhat cautious. He doesn't know when to act, when to, you know, get down and dirty, and to get into the fray, and when to hold back, and when to learn and to reflect. So he's kind of on the fence a little bit. The good news is that he is the Suit of Pentacles. He's up from the Page of Pentacles. He's striving to become the king or queen. So he is able to get things done. You know, once he gets moving and he joins everyone else, then he's, you know, the most valuable player on the battlefield or whatever, because he is a knight. So you can really get a lot done, but use the duality or the on-the-fenceness of the Knight of Pentacles and say, yes, I can be productive and get things off my to-do list, but I can also enjoy myself, and I can paint a picture, or I can sing a song, or go walk in nature, or play with my cat. The two aren't mutually exclusive. And I think the Devil card is the big warning that don't let yourself feel all choked up and trapped by your life. Finally, the Six of Swords, having this focus on yourself, as well as what your obligations are, that's going to open things up, and it's going to make you feel like, hey, the mood is lifting. I feel better. I feel more positive. Life seems bigger again. I'm not trapped. I can travel wherever I want. And just having that as a security in terms of yourself then goes back to the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Because if I'm free to explore new islands and new countries, then that in itself is an adventure. I'm going to anticipate the things I'm going to see on that island. So I'm sitting on the boat. What if they have beautiful parrots on this thing, and I can teach them little words or something? Isn't that exciting? So something that really inspires you, having the freedom to choose, having your options available to you, that in itself lifts your mood and your spirits. And then you can decide what area you're going to go in. Okay, next, evening, or kind of the theme to finish off the day, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is an important kind of labyrinth to navigate, because the Six of Swords is thinking, ideas, perspective, and you access that by balancing out your day and opening up your perspective. That leads you to the Wheel of Fortune, the 10th card in the Major Arcana, which is a crossroads. And it gives you a sense that I'm in control here. I'm not at the behest and beck and call of some awful oppressive figure that's pointing their finger at me, telling me to live my life. I can live my own life. Look at this as the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, red, orange, yellow. Your feet on the ground, your control of where you're walking to, and what direction are you going in. Ultimately, that makes you happy. So there's an opportunity to choose what direction you're going to move in on Sunday and the week after, and in terms of your whole life, that gets you away from this place of feeling I am powerless, I have no agency, I need to do what I'm told, and I can't think for myself, and life sucks. And of course it's going to be horrible if you're in that space. I can't do anything to just follow the rules and go through the motions. That's going to make anyone feel disempowered. And even on a very specific practical level, you know, like if you're in a situation where it's really dire, like you have to be super productive and on top of your game all the time, and you have to keep all the plates spinning, and you feel like you're getting very little out of it, can be exhausting and draining. And sometimes we need to take this to like a rock bottom level to realize that we're not slaves, and we do have choices, and it's down to us to choose again if it didn't work last time. And that's one, an option, and two, there's no shame in it. It's actually someone who fails and gets up again and again and again and keeps trying, in other people's eyes, seems so much more of a character, because they've demonstrated this resilience and this non-acceptance of things not going in their way. You know, it can be really inspirational to other people. Finally, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this whole process on this day leads to the Three of Pentacles, which is you as an expert creating your life as you want it to be, tailor-made to fit your needs. So it's super important to turn things around, to take back the reins of the day, to say, hang on a minute, you know, A, B, and C, yes, needs to be done. But don't push me out of my own existence. I'm present here too. You know, kind of standing up for yourself in that way is gonna give you, one, a sense that I can breathe. I'm not lying face down here. I can actually move on and go wherever I want. It's my choice. And then you're moving in a direction that's very constructive and practical in a real world sense. So number-wise, we've got 3, obviously, new beginnings, communication. 9, because of the cards. So that's spirituality and completion. So communicating with yourself and playing devil's advocate, the advocate being solely interested in what you're going to get out of it is really important today. I think I will count the cards, although this is probably a disaster. 15 and 1 is 16 and 4 is 20. 20 reduces to 2 in numerology. 2 is about cooperation, relationships. So the relationship with the world. Change that by taking your power back and taking charge of your own mood and saying, okay, if I'm just sliding down, you know, resentment alley, I'm going to move on I'm going to take a left and go to joy lane, whatever. So we've got 2 here. Then we've got 6 and 1 is 7 and another 1 is 8. 8 is strength and power in numerology. So you do have the strength to pull the boat around, to change the course of the day, to change direction. So this then becomes a steering wheel. Having a word with yourself as such and saying, really, is this to-do list that serious? Or can I balance this day a little better? That is something where you'll be successful. You can turn that around. And then finally, we got 10, and another 10 is 20, and 3 is 23. 2 and 3 is 5, and 5 is about freedom. So turning it around frees up your perspective, and that allows you to then move in this very positive, constructive direction. 5 and 8 and 2 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So it doesn't seem that way to begin with on the day, that this is like, hooray, day full of opportunities. It's much more, I'm overwhelmed. But within that, what I've discussed here, this process of changing the focus around and the perspective on what the day is really, in essence, because it's your day at the end of everything. That's the hidden opportunity within all of this. So yeah. Okay, so I hope you have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit until you get to the button that says book your reading. Click on that to order your reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal readings, and I combine them the way I combine the numbers and the cards in this reading. If you have any questions about who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what's coming up for you in future, what's really on... What's really going to serve you in a positive way in certain areas of your life, relationships, career, moving, investing, savings, communication, friendships, spiritual development, anything really. It's just looking at the trends of what's coming up and how to ride the positive waves. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.